Welcome into the Illini Inquirer podcast. And when it's May, that means Illini men's golf time, as Illinois under Mike Small has always provided a lot of excitement. We're glad to have on one of the key members of the 2022 Illini men's golf team, which is about to go to New Haven, Connecticut for their regional and try to get to their 14th straight NCAA championships. Pretty amazing. Fresh off another Big Ten tournament title. And that's Piercen Hunt, sophomore golfer for Illini. Piercen, thanks for joining us, man. Nate, congrats on another Big Ten championship.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so postseason time. What's this time like for you guys in May, Piercen?
Well, right now, we're still right in the middle of exams, so everyone's kind of going about their business, trying to polish off the school year, but also setting about their own work and making sure that, like you said, for the next few weeks here, we're set and ready to go and make another run.
Well, it's 2 full seasons for you, Piercen, and 2 Big Ten championships by one stroke. What have these been like for you?
Stressful. Both Big Ten championships coming down that close. Definitely would have liked to have a little bit more cushion, but winning the title is winning the title if it's by 1 or 15 or 20. So really happy that we got it done both years, and obviously that's one of our huge team goals for the year that we set out right when we get on campus in the fall, is to win the Big Ten, and really happy that we got it done again this year.
So how do you approach it? I know some guys like to know the leaderboard. I know some people don't want to know what's going on. You were huge in that third round, the low score on the team. You get a top 10 finish individually. So what's it like on that windy, blustery Sunday, as you know it's so close? Do you want to know? How'd you kind of approach it?
Yeah, I made sure to ask the coaches a couple times during the round just kind of how we stood as a team. Obviously, I was playing well myself and moving up the leaderboard, but that was the kind of bonus to it. I always like to know kind of just where we stand as a team, and individually, however it falls, it just works out that way. So yeah, like I said, I think probably twice each night, whenever I saw the coaches, I just asked them, how's it looking, where are we standing? And they said, sometimes they're a little bit vague with it, but they always make sure to convey the right things. And it was pretty close the entire final round, and so their message was just to keep fighting and keep making as many birdies and good pars as I could with those tough conditions.
There's got to be mental toughness with both the conditions and the pressure of that, Piercen. How do you handle that? Like, how are you able to process all of that and have a good round?
Yeah, I really like the tough days, playing tough courses, really tough conditions. Just kind of the mentality that our program has is grinding out the best score and getting the most out of your rounds. And that final round at Big Ten is definitely, I felt like it fit that kind of vibe with the course playing really tough and tons of wind up. And so just, trying to maximize everything, it really helps me stay in the moment when the conditions are tough, focus on the shot I'm hitting. And it worked out really well the final round at Big Tens this year.
For those that don't know, I want to get into your backstory a little bit because it's so interesting. But before we do that, Mike, I know, and I've talked with Adrian, some other guys say, hey, this fall wasn't that great for us. I know you had a breakthrough getting your first tournament win, but how do you feel like this team has come together as the weather has warmed up around here?
Yeah, like you touched on, I had some individual success at the end of the fall, but as a team, we've really kind of peaked the last 3 events here with getting wins at Ohio State, Purdue, and obviously the Big Ten championship. So everyone's kind of getting into a little bit of form. We played pretty much the entire fall and then the start of the spring, with most events where we had one guy who struggled every event, or it was different combinations of guys playing well, and we never really got kind of the whole fit where everyone played well at the same time. And so obviously there's still a lot of room for everyone to keep cleaning things up, and hopefully we can get it to click, all 5 of us, here in the next few weeks. And like I said, it's just been a lot of growth from everyone individually that as it's come together recently here, it's been really fun.
It's kind of a rarity to have a team in golf outside of college. You get the Ryder Cup, all those things, but what has been the impact of a team on you? Like what is the impact of team play for you as an individual golfer?
Just kind of the camaraderie. And then for me last year being kind of in the alternate role into the postseason, I got to watch all the guys as they approached, the Big Ten regionals and nationals, and see how they handled it, see how they played, approached their rounds, everything that they did. And so for me, that was really helpful. And I feel like it's helped me make a step this year into obviously a bigger role for the team. But it's just been a lot of fun having these guys around. You live with a few of them. You just spend all your time with them. They're brothers. It's a lot more than just a team. And so for us, it's been really good. Like you said, we've built a lot this year, and this team this year has come together really well recently.
You hear a lot of coaches, no matter what the sport, say the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores. What's the biggest difference for you as a sophomore?
Just kind of knowing a little bit more what to expect. I definitely was a little bit of I had the deer in the headlights kind of phase at the start of spring last year when we got our season going. So for me, it was just knowing a little bit of what I can expect to see when I go to an event, or, out of my game when I'm struggling or playing well, all that stuff, just piecing it all together and having a better understanding of it all.
Obviously, Piercen, you were a very highly ranked recruit. Mike Small thought the world of you. They thought you'd be really, really good. So 3 straight top 10 finishes on top of your win in the fall. What's been working well for you? Why have you kind of taken this lead?
Just kind of personally, I've just pieced it together better. Recently, I've straightened out my driver, got more balls in play, given myself more opportunities, and made a couple switches, made a switch in my putter, and feel really comfortable rolling the rock right now. And so, like you said, it's all come together, and still haven't played, right where I'd like to, but I've been able to grind out scores and get some solid finishes out of the last few events.
Well, Piercen, people, could call you Mr. Worldwide based on everywhere you've been in your life. Following your dad as a cattle breeder, obviously born in Canada, moved to Wisconsin, then you moved to the Netherlands, and you're in Europe for a couple of years. How do you think that impacted you? Whether it's sports, whether it's life, how do you think that's impacted you, having all that experience before you even got to college?
Yeah, definitely more the life aspect than the golf. Obviously, it was really nice to get to play some golf in some cool spots in Europe, but just to experience different cultures at a young age was really awesome, and be exposed to that kind of stuff helped me mature quick. I feel like so when we moved back to Wisconsin and I was 13, I felt like I was a pretty mature 13-year-old, and was able to set about my business and approach getting better at golf, and taking care of academics in a good way.
So Canadian, American, you're over in Europe for a couple years. What did you learn, I guess, about Canada living in America, and what did you learn about Americans living over in Europe?
Yeah, living in Europe, the main thing about America is just kind of the worldly view of it. That's perceived as so many stereotypes, but it's pretty much the exact same as living in Canada, just a little bit more crowded since there's so many more people here. But yeah, it's been awesome. Living in the States has been really good to me, and Wisconsin, once Wisconsin's home now, and obviously I love going back to Canada, visiting family and seeing everything up there. But the States has given me a lot of opportunities that I'm really grateful for.
You grew up playing hockey. Are you still a hardcore hockey fan, or have you phased out of that?
Phased out of it for sure a little bit. Living in Europe was tough. The time changed and just everything got disconnected a ton. But played for a year when we moved back to Wisconsin, and then I follow it, kind of half-heartedly still. The playoffs are going on right now, and I'll check scores every once in a while or flip a game on, but nothing too diehard.
So many people want to know, Piercen, the secret sauce for Mike Small in all of his success. And I've asked enough guys that I don't think there's one clear answer. So I'll ask you this way. How has Mike Small helped you as a golfer?
Well, obviously he brings so much, knowledge, personal experience, 20 plus years of coaching to the table. So for me and all the guys in our team, it's kind of just about buying in. Obviously he's created a recipe that has given our team success and a lot of individuals a lot of success. And so for me, it's just, making sure that I'm listening with, an open mind and taking everything in and, piecing it together myself and working with Coach Small and Coach Barget to figure out what plan is going to help me be the best player I can be.
Why did you originally want to play for him at Illinois?
Just the experience, the coach relationship for me was a huge influence in my recruiting process. And I don't feel like there's a better, coaching relationship that I could have had than with Coach Small. And obviously it boils down to so many other factors in deciding where to go to school and play golf. But I couldn't pass up the opportunity to work with Coach Small for 4 years.
How is playing for him different than you expected, if there is any way that it's different?
Um, Maybe the lighthearted moments. He definitely, he's got the hard shell, and he's very intense, and obviously wants to go to an event and win the event, and win championships. But just the kind of lighter moments in between, and the van rides and different things like that, the jokes that he will throw at you on course to keep the mood light. And that's definitely the part that I didn't maybe expect to get as much, but it's definitely been really fun to see that side of him too.
And growing up over Netherlands for a little bit, Jerry G was a guy you knew. Adrian Demonte-Chassard, obviously coming from Belgium. Those guys are some of the older guys, along with Tommy Cool. How have you seen them with Michael Fiegels gone, with Giovanni Tadiauto gone? I know it's a very different team this year. How have you seen those guys step up, or how has the team changed?
Yeah, obviously losing Gio and Fiegs, that was a huge part of our leadership in our team. And so, Adrian and Jerry and Tommy have all taken huge steps up. We've all had to really, to, bringing in 3 freshmen, having to mentor them, foster them into the culture, and make sure that they're doing everything the right way. And I feel like all of us who have kind of had that experience from last year have done a great job stepping in and, taking different parts of the leadership that Fiegs and Gio shouldered all of last year.
You come to Illinois, you come to win championships, Piercen. And what's it like to make sure you continue that streak in the Big Ten? I imagine, I mean, there's a lot of happiness you win, right? But there's also maybe a relief that you're not the team that loses that streak. So what's that like?
Yeah, obviously it's great to win the championship and keep that streak going, but we never play from a perspective where we're worried about us being the one that drops that streak. So for us, it's about setting our minds right and going about our business, knowing that, when we show up to French Lake this year, it was about looking up and making sure that even if our name was at the top of the leaderboard, we were always trying to make our lead bigger. And as it turned out, we were playing from behind for the better part of the championship. And, like I said, looking up the leaderboard, making sure that we're chasing down the teams ahead of us, and not, being worried that, oh, we're only 2 shots up on this team, and dwelling on that kind of fact.
How do you think that can, those 2 wins, close wins, Big Ten championships, and even the wins you've had here late in the season, how does that help you going into the regional this weekend?
It just breeds a lot of team confidence. When you can piece it together, and I know everyone hasn't played the best or how they wanted to at each of the events that we've won recently, but it's been better. Like I said, we've all figured some stuff out, and we've been able to work it together in a better way than how we did in the fall and then the beginning of the spring.
What did you learn last year just being with the team of postseason play, of NCAA play?
Just kind of the way that everyone approached it was the main thing that I saw. Just it's still just another tournament. It obviously has a lot of there's a lot of importance in them. Regionals making it to nationals, and then nationals, the stroke play portion, making it into match play. But it's nothing different than how we've approached any event this season, where we're still going out to shoot the best score we can, grind out scores, and play the right way. So kind of just the ease and calm that everyone kind of brought to it. Obviously there's a lot of excitement, and you can get kind of caught up in the moment, but just approaching it all the right way is what I hopefully can do the next few weeks, and what I saw the most last year.
Who's the guy Piercen Hunt's watching closest on the PGA Tour? Like who's your guy?
I really like Max Homa. Just
it's a big
obviously, yeah, it is. Yeah, obviously he got the win yesterday, but just the way that he plays golf, I really like his swing, his game, the way he plots his way on the golf course. But his mentality is really good, and I like the kind of the way he approaches everything that way.
All right, I want to do rapid fire. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
I definitely think Jerry.
Jerry? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the most serious guy on the team?
Adrian.
What is the go-to dish you miss from Europe, if you have one?
Oh, probably it's called stroopwafels. It's just a couple really thin waffles, kind of like glued together with caramel. You can get like knockoff ones here, but that's definitely the authentic ones are really good.
Uh, is a Wisconsin guy. Do Wisconsin guys like Culver's as much as the rest of us?
Definitely more.
Well, Piercen Hunt, hey, you're heading to Connecticut for the Yale Golf Course. Good luck this weekend, and thanks for joining us, man. This is a blast.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you having me.